Hey guys, we're back again. Aaron Genetti with Endeavor Defense and Fitness. We're here with Drew Dillon of Columbus Weightlifting.
What's going on?
As usual. And then we have the wonderful pleasure of working with Holly Mangold today. We're going to talk about the overhead position. So Drew's going to take over. Holly's going to demonstrate overhead. We're going to talk a little bit about bone on bone and some other things. And then I'm going to show you a couple of stretches to achieve a better overhead position and also a couple soft tissue things. So we're going to trade off.
Talk about overhead position. The big thing we're looking for is bone on bone. And what we mean by that is while Holly lies her wrist back, her wrist locks down, her elbow locks down, and all the weight's put down into her back. Often you see in CrossFit, straight wrists, so the wrist will rotate, and active shoulders up, which completely put us out of position. And this is something we don't do in the world of weightlifting. So we have those shoulders not active, that wrist back, so bone on bone locked down into what we call the slot. You'll hear us say the slot quite a bit. If an athlete pushes on the bar too soon and has it forward when they're receiving it, go a little bit more forward, Holly, out of this slot. Even with the wrist back, here, she's unstable to the point where you can kind of see her shaking, fighting, trying to hold on to that. We add a lot of weight to that, we have a problem. However, now, Holly's back in that slot. She looks pretty relaxed because she's just stretching the bar out in a good position here, bone on bone, with all that weight locking down into her back, shoulders down and locked.
Position for some of us, if you have tight biceps, tight pecs, other things going on, janky things going on, is difficult, right? We want you to be as relaxed and as comfortable in that spot. So we're going to give you a couple things to work with. I'm actually going to have Holly demo these. So the first one she's going to work on is an external rotation position. We're going to stretch out through the lats. She's going to hook her hand in. You'll see she's got the band across the back of her wrist. She's going to put it in between the pointer and middle finger. By putting it between the pointer and middle finger, it's going to get it locked into place without her having to squeeze the crap out of it with her hand. If she squeezes with her fist, flexes the forearm, flexes the bicep, completely goes against what we're trying to do, which is relax and stretch. So she puts it between the pointer and middle finger. She's going to turn her palm up so that she's in full external rotation. She's going to start backing away, putting tension on the band, and then she's going to take one big deep step back. The same leg that we're stretching, or the same arm we're stretching, we're going to step back with that leg. Her head stays in line with her shoulder, mimicking a good overhead position, and she's going to feel this all the way from the tricep down through the lats and everything that kind of ties in from here. What we can do on top of this is have her contract relax, so she's going to flex and pull against the band for 3, 2, 1, and then relax, and she can pull deeper into that stretch if she wants to, if she's able to, and we can work through that for anywhere from 90 seconds to 3 minutes, depending on what we need. The next one we're going to get her in, she's going to come up. She's going to place her hand all the way through, and she's going to have the band just underneath her elbow. Her hand's going to wrap around the back of the band. She's going to keep her elbow inside close to her ear. Her palm's going to face up and forward just like you would in a front rack or an overhead position. And she's going to start walking forward, allowing the band to pull back, relaxing and stretching that arm. And again, we're going to feel a nice pull through here. Okay? Same thing, she can contract relax by pulling her elbow down against the band for anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. She relaxes, breathing, and pulls forward more if she can. If not, stay where you can get a good, comfortable stretch. Okay? Thank you very much. The other thing we can do is get some soft tissue work. So before we actually get into those overhead positions, we can work a lot once again through here. This is the target area we're working for. Biceps, pec minor can run into that stuff, but we are going to focus on these back posterior muscles to get us a little over top. So we're going to take the lacrosse ball. We're going to focus on two main places. We're going to focus down here, and we're going to focus up here. Okay? I'm going to get myself into a full overhead position. Ball is placed exactly where I want it into the muscle. I'm going to roll straight over top. And if you've done anything overhead in the last 10 years, this should be fantastic, wonderful, and amazing. From here, I can just control my breathing, relax. I can slowly wedge back and forth, always making sure I stay in a full overextended position. I can take that same thing. I'm going to go just lower inside of the scap. Once again, roll over here, and same. I'm going to be driving in a full extended position into that. Okay? We can also use this with a rumble roller or with a foam roller. You've seen us do, in a couple of the videos we've done before, this full lat roll where we actually go all the way from the armpit all the way back into the spine. Well, if I want to centralize this a little bit more for a stable overhead position, I can focus just along the ribs. So I'm actually going to go back and forth here, keeping shallow, more towards the rib cage, or I can slowly move up and down in that range. Okay? So again, any soft tissue stuff you do, try to do it at least 2 minutes on each side, each motion you're going through. That way you get a good effect on the long range muscle. Okay? We're going to come back. We're going to have some other things about the primary movement, some basic ways you can program for how you're going to lift and go from there. And once again, if you're interested a little further about this, we're now offering seminars for movement and Olympic lifting combination. Hit us up at EndeavorDCF.com. Check out Columbus Weightlifting at ColumbusWeightlifting.org. And we'll see you next time.
See you guys.